Hey guys, welcome back to the Struggleville YouTube channel. For this video, we're talking about a class action lawsuit against GM over excessive oil consumption. They got engines burning oil. And I made a post on my website, which I will link down below. We've talked about this actually a couple of times in the past. I've made at least 2 different videos on different well, it's not even a recall, I guess a problem with this engine. I wish they'd do a damn recall already, because I have one of these cars, and I got a letter in the mail over it, and that's what the previous video was about. And the last thing I want is a car that I paid a lot of money for that's burning oil. That's just a crock of shit. But anyways, this post on my website says, who is affected? Anyone who owns or leases a 2010 through 2017 Chevy Equinox or a 2010 through 2015 GMC Terrain and has had problems with the car's oil consumption. And when I got the letter in the mail that was about this, it kind of told you to monitor the oil usage, or if it's burning oil, and then take it to a dealership if you have any problems or if you notice that it's low. But mine was specifically for the 2.4 liter engine, so I don't know if other engine options within this range, these cars of these years, is part of this or not, because it didn't specify the engine in the literature or the website that I read. So, but it's definitely for the 2.4s. What's going on? Owners of the vehicle stated above that have complained. Wow, that's an awkwardly worded sentence. Maybe I should change that. Owners of the vehicle stated above have complained that the engines in their vehicles are burning oil at an excessive rate. I have heard complaints as high as 1 quart of oil every 500 miles, and that's awful. I mean, for some people, that's almost like every week or every other week you're going to have to check your oil just to keep an eye on it. And what a pain in the ass and a waste of money, especially as oil has gotten more expensive. Like, you wouldn't think just 1 quart of oil, but if you're adding it, twice a month, it's just an undue expense, and of course it devalues your car. So why a class action lawsuit? In a successful case, a class action lawsuit could help owners and lessees get back money they spent on unreasonably frequent oil changes, oil purchased to be carried around in the car just in case, inspections, diagnostic tests, and repairs to their car, loss of the car's value. And because mine's not, at the moment, displaying any of these symptoms, it's not burning oil, I'm mostly concerned, unless it starts burning oil, about the loss of the car's value. Like, who wants a car that is likely to be burning oil soon? It just, of course it's going to make the value of the car go down. That just sucks. So, what should I do now? Go check your oil. I saw some of these websites that talk about this have just a huge list of comments down below, so feel free to leave one if you have a story about this. But all sorts of people talking about their car just dying in the road because it ran out of oil, and that's what's going to happen if you run out of oil. And, charges that the dealership charged them to get it fixed, and it's just a shit show out there. So it's really unfortunate that it's so many cars, and this lawsuit is claiming that GM knows about the problem and has been alerted to the problem. And obviously, GM has already acknowledged that they know about the problem, because like the letter I had, or that I got from them, talked about the excessive oil consumption, and to monitor it, it also said that it was like an extended warranty period if you had this specific problem, and it was a year range and a certain mileage range, which I think I'm past now, so I guess I'm shit out of luck, unless something like this goes through, or I really hope they just issue a recall on all these vehicles. And I don't know if it's a piston ring problem or the cylinder itself or whatever's going on, but it sure would be nice to just get a permanent fix that you don't have to worry about in the future. Anyways, I do have a link right here to the class action lawsuit page, so you can fill out the form. It's just name, phone number, stuff like that, and you're supposed to describe the problem you're having with your car. So obviously, if you own one of these, you should be checking your oil regularly, just in case, because it gets a lot more expensive, especially if there is no recall, if you just let it go completely dry. But check your oil. If it's not burning it, hey, maybe once a month or whatever, check it once every 2 weeks. But if it is burning oil, I mean, you need to really be on top of it, because it's not going to get better. It's not going to later stop burning oil. It's only going to potentially get worse, so keep an eye on it. Don't let it get too low. If you're just like a quart low, I'd get it to a dealership as quick as you can. Make sure that they document it, get the VIN number of your car and everything, and the mileage that it was last got an oil change, when it's supposed to be getting its next oil change, what mileage is at now, and how low the oil was. Obviously, if you check the oil and there's no oil in it at all, you're going to want to add some and not just take it to the dealership. Just disclaimer, because someone's going to leave a comment saying, no, they need to add oil right away. Look, if you're a quart low, you're fine getting the distance to a dealership. If the dipstick's completely dry, yeah, you probably need to fill that up some before you move it anywhere or start it. But anyways, I gotta be proactive about some of these comments that I just know come up in a video. Anyway, guys, link to this post is down below. I feel very sorry for you if you own one of these cars, and hopefully it gets remedied in some fashion, because it is a huge pain in the ass for us owners of GMC Terrains and Chevy Equinoxes. So yeah, I'm going to go check my oil.